Go! So important.
There we go! This is good for liepins. This is really good. Needs to hold that shape. Very good for Ray. Hold that, Ray. Wow.
To all of our guests here in Dubai, to all of our audience around the world, it is a good evening and welcome from Dubai. We're live down here at the Conrad Dubai for this, the first of its kind here in the region. First of its kind here in the UAE. Welcome to King of the Table in association with the World Arm Wrestling League. I want to say a few thanks, not just to all those that have turned out down here and all those that have tuned in the world over, but a few thanks to all our partners and sponsors for making this one possible here in the UAE for the first time. Big thanks to Personal Record for being on board, to Rain, to the Beard Struggle, to Core Sports, to Strong Gym, to TRND, and of course our friends at the Dubai Arm Wrestling Club. Lots to look forward to over the course of the next few hours. Plenty going on down here in Dubai. 3 matches, as you've just heard, from the legend that is Bill Collins, who will, of course, be refereeing and officiating throughout proceedings. Each of those matches will equate to 6 rounds. In the event of a tie, a 7th round can be held. So without further ado, we are underway with match number 1 of proceedings. And we will welcome the athletes into the arena for this first of its kind Arm Wrestling Championship right here in Dubai. Who will be king of the table? Let's find out as match number 1 gets underway. And please put your hands together as we welcome the pride of India, all the way from India, Mazahir Saidu.
Here we go, Los. Mazahir Saidu. This is the Emirates champion. His first appearance on the big stage. We'll look at the stats now. 6 feet of him, 229 pounds, about 104.5 kilos. This is a fast top roller. He's got a very, very big advantage in terms of the length of the arm. The hand and wrist is a strength for this man. And that size, that speed, is going to be the primary weapon. Mazahir, super confident, mate.
How much of an advantage is that with having so much size in terms of length and body weight advantage over his opponent?
You know what? We're just going to see evidence of that in a moment. You can see the scale of Mazahir. You can see his size and physicality. We're going to go back to our on-site host and introduce Ray.
Time now to welcome his opponent to the table right here in Dubai. And he's flown in all the way from Latvia, where he is, of course, a living legend of the sport of international arm wrestling. He is the man that they call Mr. LIEPINS, but you know him as Coach Ray!
Here we go, ladies and gents. Coach Ray LIEPINS in the house. And what I was going to say a moment ago in answer to your question, look at the stats difference, 5'7". Look at the bicep forearm measurement, the hand size. It's all going to add up and come together. This is a clash of styles, mate. We've got a guy who favours the inside techniques. He's short, he's powerful. He wants this match to happen in a phone box. Mazahir is going to try and light him up with that speed. He's going to try and create distance, and he's going to try and box around him. Try to move around the hand and wrist, expose him early, and finish matches early. If LIEPINS makes it stop,
this is an exciting one for me because I know Coach Ray as the coach, and obviously he's been over in Dubai helping out Larry. It's great to see him get this opportunity to show what a great arm wrestler he is himself.
He was really hungry, mate. He wanted the shot, wanted the opportunity. He gets it. You wonder how much emphasis Ray has been able to put on his own arm wrestling when he's been out there.
I was actually going to ask you that because obviously the focus for him was going over there, helping Coach Larry. So has he been able to focus on his own performance?
Once we close your hands.
He looks focused.
As we discussed earlier.
A lot of nerves at this stage. The opening exchange is going to be absolutely key, and to be perfectly honest, if you look at the face of LIEPINS, he looks like a mill pond. Supremely calm. Maybe even too calm. And he needs to be on his toes. He needs to be awake. And I think he might have been waiting for a riser. Yeah. I actually think he was waiting for a riser.
So tell us about the riser. What's the riser, Neil?
So he can use a platform. Basically,
I think we need chalk. We need chalk.
He's waiting for chalk. Okay. Ray just saying there we're waiting for chalk. He wants that, and that's particularly important for Raymond Liepins, and I'll tell you why. Because basically, he's looking to try and put the brakes on Mazahir. He's looking to try and close that gap, keep him tight, and stop the match.
He doesn't want anything slipping.
He wants to make there absolutely no opportunity for Mazahir to get multiple hits on him. He wants this thing to stop before it starts.
You can see the length of the arms there of Saidu. He's a much bigger, much longer man.
Yes, he is, and much heavier man. And that could play a part, and Ray needs to make sure that there's no velocity gain, that he's not able to blast away on him. And for that reason, I think Ray's right to just wait to get that choke.
Shows his professionalism and understanding. He's not letting himself be rushed.
Yeah, very experienced man. Doesn't look
If there's no chalk,
like he's been around the game
that's a
forever,
minor
but he
thing
has.
that can happen. Yeah, that's such a minor thing. Yeah, we'll get chalk.
Great character, Ray Liepins. He's making light of it straight away, saying, look, that's the worst thing that can happen. Right now, he just needs to collect his thoughts. He needs to be singularly focused on the job in hand. And the job in hand is Mazahir Saidu, making sure that he gets those brakes on him. He wants that speed to be taken away.
How much is an issue like this going to affect their mental state?
Personally, if I was Ray, I would have waited. I think this is professionalism,
Elbows down, open hands.
potentially
Open hands.
shown the wrong way from Ray. You know, he wants to make sure that he doesn't hold the match up.
I don't think
Flat
Michael
palm.
or Devon would have.
Open.
No, absolutely not.
I will
Now,
tell you when
the
to close.
distance-
I need these level right here. Gentlemen, no
The
moving.
distance in the palms is critical for Liepins. He must keep that lower palm fed
Close
in
your
as far as
thumbs.
he can.
Do not cover the thumb. Close your hands.
He's going over my thumb. He's going over my thumb. See?
His hands
See?
are.
See?
Maza
where it
here
is?
trying to gain
I'll
height.
give you a freebie. That should be a foul if you cover his thumb. Okay? Just open back up. Open back
A
up.
little bit of experience there from
Level
Ray,
in the
just
center.
staying calm, making sure Bill knows what's the issue, pointing it
Close
out,
your
but
hands,
not
your
overcooking
thumbs.
it.
Close your hands. Do not cover the top.
Go! So important. And there we go! Maza here with a massive drive, and that's a win for the Emirates athlete.
Yeah.
He lit him up, mate. Look at that. I'd love to see the replay on that, and I think we might do, but I think Ray was looking for an inflection. He wasn't sure whether he came off the front of the pad. We may see a replay on it in a moment, but you can see that confidence has drained a little bit away.
Yeah.
I actually just heard him say there he needs chalk.
Yes.
And like you said, he needed to wait, not let himself kind of be played into the other man's favours, if you like.
I agree. And apart from the fact that mentally there's the
There you go.
replay,
There's the big hit.
yeah.
Easy.
To be honest, that's the angle I wanted to see. Yeah, Ray right off the front of the pad. Now that's an ominous sign for him in some respects because he needs to have his weight dug deep and hard onto that elbow, try and turn and supinate a little harder.
Dig that elbow in and keep it
Yeah.
anchored.
15
Fernino,
seconds.
We hear 15 seconds call by Bill Collins. We hear a lot from Devon Larratt. The comment, test your frame. And there are
Gentlemen,
times in
elbows
arm
down.
wrestling
Open
when you
hand.
are required to
Open
run
hand.
the gauntlet
Open hand.
and test your
Open up.
frame. Make it about structure. Right
Open thumbs.
now is that time for Ray Liepins. He
Open.
must make it about structure. He must
Thumbs down.
turn, supinate,
Do not cover your
hard,
thumb
and
knuckle.
commit. Confidence of Maza
Not
here
yet,
through
not
the
yet.
roof.
Close your hands.
You can tell he's looking confident.
And away we go! Maza here with the win again, lights him up. That's two, and it's too fast.
It's gonna be too long. Yeah, it's gonna be long night.
I think Ray just hit the nail on the head. He does need to go for the strap. He needs to change things up, and this is the logical point. He's only got one arrow left to fire now, and he must make sure it at least hits the target.
It's 2 times in a row that he's not been able to stop the same attack.
Change a little bit of structure.
Nightmare scenario for Ray.
Ray's an interesting character because he's very well known as a coach, isn't he, in the arm wrestling community.
He is, but the difference is when you're actually competing yourself as opposed to coaching is purely and simply that we're in a situation where he is able to view others and to spot the errors they are making. To climb out of your own presence, your
absolutely.
own
Gentlemen, 15
current
seconds.
experience is really difficult. And Ray, I think is appreciative of what he needs, but I'm not sure he's confident enough with that style of arm wrestling. I don't think he's going to try and reverse and top roll because he feels like Mazahir's speed would put him away early. It'll be interesting to see what style he tries to get to the strap, but he needs that strap. He needs to have an anchor point.
He definitely needs some kind of different tactic now, doesn't he?
He also needs to commit much harder. I think he should move to the opposite side of the pad.
No moving.
Close that space down. At the moment, he's a little monotechnical.
Close your hands. Go! Runner!
Better from Ray. He's gone onto the run, but it was... Oh! Great reversal from Mazahir. Sucked him into that, and as Ray heard that he was on the runner and went for the second drive, beautiful reversal from Mazahir. And Saidu takes it to 3. He's unassailable.
Yeah, he's out the blocks real quick. You could see the brakes were put on, but straight away, look at the confidence in him there as well.
Yeah.
He's going to be feeling good now, obviously. 3-0 in the lead. One more to guarantee it.
Well, you know, looking at what we've seen so far, the other thing, that elbow bobble again, he can't base his elbow, and that's the main problem that Ray's having here. He's struggling to base that elbow. He actually did well to put the brakes on that occasion, but it was kind of like he was a little surprised that he had, and he didn't settle himself. And when you get into that situation, it's very important to try and base yourself and just hold your position for a moment. Strangely enough, we actually worked similar stuff today.
Gentlemen, 15 seconds.
If you panic and drive, you run into a problem. And that's what happened there. Now, maybe Ray can get his head back on the game, slow everything down. If I was there in his corner, I'd be saying, take a breath, slow everything down and collect yourself.
What can he do differently to really make this
hold that position when he gets it. Don't try to attack too early. Just hold your position. Shut down the space and supinate harder. That will create a much more difficult environment for Mazahir. But now the best Ray can do is get it to the silver bullet match. He needs to dig in. He needs to win everything from here. That's bad odds at this stage, you know.
Go!
Confidence would be the key. Stay close. He's onto the runner. Now he's got the strap. Now it's interesting. Now he's got the strap, and this changes things a little bit. That lower anchor point is going to be a big difference for him. He's on the runner. He's got a 3-foul system to contend with, but he timed that really well. The timing there is perfect because it's on the reversal.
Get the strap on so don't hold tight for me.
Let's listen to...
So how much of a difference is the strap going to make to Ray now?
It could make a colossal difference, but it also could be an advantage for Mazahir.
Mazahir, from what I've seen so far, seems to be the more powerful athlete. We know he's got that size. We know he's got that leverage.
The biggest problem for Ray at the moment, he hasn't managed to make this about structure. He's kept it on muscularity. He's kept it on linear movement. And to be perfectly honest, against a bigger and potentially stronger, certainly faster opponent, that is not going to help. It's not going to do him any favours. He needs to try to make the natural leverage work for him. He needs to try to make the space much tighter to shut him out, shut out the light and close down the avenue. If he can get Mazahir into, number one, the A side,
Open right here first.
he can bleed him, and it could make all the difference in the world.
Close your thumbs.
Can I get a little stronger strap? Just a little stronger.
He wants the strap tighter. He's looking to close down any movement potential. He needs to secure his hand and wrist.
See how tight
I'm going to let go, gentlemen. No moving.
I think Ray should have a riser, if I'm perfectly honest. He looks
Do not
like
close
he's
over his
breathing on
thumb.
toes.
Close your hands.
Sorry.
Okay, gentlemen, we're going to try this one more time. Open.
Ray
Set
a
your
little
elbows down
unsettled
and do
there.
not
He
move.
Needs to base himself. Ray is very unsettled here. Halfway between techniques there, and he needs to focus 100%.
high on his tiptoes.
Not yet.
80% is no good at this stage. It's 100 or nothing for LIEPINS. It
Close
must
your
be
hands.
now.
Go! Runner!
Big drive, he's on the runner, but take the runner. Stay with it, Ray. Close down the space and stay with it. Don't rush now. Hold. He needs to relax and hold. Oh, don't finish. He did do.
That's a restart.
It's a restart. He was on the running foul, but let me tell you now, the gate of opportunity just swung open big time. He managed to put a little bit of bleed in there, but he also has given himself confidence.
You got one on you.
And he knows that in the scrap, he can make it a match. Now, a little bit of gamesmanship would go a long way right now, Loss. He needs to not get to too much of a dominant position and make Mazahir feel like he's in the match a little more than he is.
I guess it takes a lot of confidence to be able to do that against your opponent.
It does, but there's a strength gap in that position. There's a familiarity gap in that position. Ray's a much more comfortable arm wrestler in the inside systems. He's much better there. So he can give ground once he finds that shape, he can afford to give a little bit. If he goes for the kill early, Mazahir's going to feel it, he's going to let up, and it's not doing him any favours. He's not getting bleed into his arm. And he needs to set the bleed. He needs to take put the brakes on this guy and take away the confidence that Mazahir has. At the moment, still, Mazahir is in the driving seat. He needs to relax. He needs to focus. And for Mazahir, the key is holding the pronation. Mustn't allow himself to be sucked into that hook. He can almost afford to slow down a little and focus more on dominating the hand and wrist. If he does that, Ray will really struggle to latch it.
Thumbs down.
Fascinating.
No moving.
Mazahir quite open. Looking for the big lap drag.
Close hands.
Ray a little unsettled. Base yourself, guys. Big drive, Ray. Time. This is good for liepins. This is really good. Needs to hold that shape. Very good for Ray. Hold that, Ray. Wow. It's on now. There's one pin. Now.
Amazing the difference now between the two.
As I said, it is on now. If you can make that. Oh, what have we got?
Okay, he just got the.
Do we can have more chalk? Do we have chalk?
Yeah, we need chalk.
I have my liquid chalk. Can I take it?
I'd like to see another angle on it there.
No, ask Adam.
Mazahir stays on. Ray stays on.
Looks like a pin to me.
That's a win in my
I have
book.
liquid chalk in my bag. Can I get it?
So his elbow went out on the pin.
Bill.
Great white, so he's on the
I didn't
His elbow out there? I didn't see it.
liquid chalk.
Yep.
We need a different angle there. I
Would
didn't
you say come
see.
back here, sir? Come off the front of the pot?
Chalk.
Okay.
Chalk.
So that pin did not count then.
No, twice.
I got liquid.
I'd like to see that replay again, Lon.
Yeah.
We're just being
I'm gonna give it to
told.
Mazahir too.
Obviously,
It's
we're
good
not
to see an
there.
angle on Ray's elbow
Go
there.
ahead and go back over there. Say it again, Serge. Come on.
From the angle that I saw then, I couldn't see any fouls, but
No,
obviously we're not there.
the angle we had didn't show anything there. I'm wondering
Okay, so he
what
come
Bill
off
Collins
before
can
the
do
pin.
here. He's got the opportunity for the replay. He's got the opportunity for the square in the air. I think it's a good time to take it.
You come off the elbow before the pin, so that's a running foul. So you guys are going to come back up. That's not a win.
Still round 4.
Yes. All right, let's go.
Now, this is important for Ray that he keeps his head because of greater significance, much
had the
greater
elbow coming
significance
off
for
before
him
the pin.
here.
Okay.
He needs to keep his head because of greater significance here is the fact that he put a bullet into Mazahir there. Mazahir
Just
is
gonna get
feeling
the
it.
strap
You can
on,
see
elbow
he's
down.
trying to shake everything out. He's feeling that
Same
lactic
match.
acid build up.
So this is the same match.
Yeah,
Thumbs
the
down.
same pull, so Ray doesn't get that on the board, but he did get a stop. He is finding a comfort level. The strap, they're still in it. If I had one piece of advice for Ray, it would be that he needs to not necessarily rush for that pin. Let the match happen, and it's going to give problems to Mazahir. Mazahir, on the other hand, needs to slow himself down a little bit and focus more on getting a good position before he rushes to the side. He's looking for the Cinderella pin. He's looking to finish
Is this
quick.
still,
Open.
is it 3-0 still?
Yes.
To Saidu?
Now it's showing on screen
Open.
3-2.
Yeah.
I don't believe that's the case at all. I think
this is
it's
still
hit
the
twice.
fourth match.
The first one was a restart on a
just
runner,
wanted to
and the
check
second
that.
was the same.
Close
Obviously,
your hands.
Raymond's got some confidence now.
Big drive set up for Ray. Found that tight spot again. Needs to stay close. Now, surely he's in the best possible position there. Just hold, Ray. Hold, let it bleed.
There we go. You can see
That's
the
real,
confidence growing
that's
now.
legit, and that's one on the board. But I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that Ray's going to win this match from there.
He just suddenly looks a lot more confident.
He does, and he's finding his shape. Mazahir needs to change something, and potentially he might be a little scared to do it. there's a point in any arm wrestler's career where they've got to wake up and think, okay, what I'm doing right now is not working, and I need to change my approach to this arm wrestling match. For Mazahir, that time is right now. He needs to base his elbow, move to the opposite side of the pad, and keep Ray outside the shoulder.
Third round, I'm like, where am I?
It's interesting listening to the athletes between the rounds. Ray is quite a colourful character, isn't he?
Surgeon.
So right now we've got a 3-1 score.
We've got a foul on this side, on the same match, and then a foul on this side. I need to know what you see. We got to stop the match. And then restart him. So if he gets a foul and he gets a foul, I'm running. Yeah, I'm running.
I'd like to get, there's a little confusion there about the scores, and I would like to get official confirmation on the score, because we are seeing 2-2 on the screen, but from what we were watching, it looked like 2 of those matches were restarts. I had it either 2 or 3-1, because Ray twice was told he was on a running foul.
We'll try and find out exactly.
I'm sure we're going to get clarification on that shortly. Mazahir's big opportunity is now. He needs to finish this before the strap gets applied. Go! If Ray makes a mistake and doesn't find the strap, it's on.
You can see Ray is a lot tighter now.
Bleeding there, and that's LIEPINS with the win.
He's excited now. Back in the match.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves an arm wrestling match.
Do a runner. I don't care.
Was
it the runner?
Raymond LIEPINS.
I'm okay. I'm cool. I don't care.
And this is such a fascinating aspect of arm wrestling.
Yeah,
Watch this match
I'm trying to
and you're
see.
thinking that Saidu's going to run away with this.
So,
Suddenly, the arm
My
looks
world,
tired.
baby.
And he's sitting there. This is his world. He's kept it closer.
same match.
I'll tell you what, that's
Elbow off
a
the pad.
harsh decision on Ray LIEPINS from what I didn't see any infringement there at all. Let's have a look. The point of his elbow remained on the pad, from what I could see there. But wow,
some harsh decisions going on.
that's a harsh decision. I believe that was a legit pin.
Don't close until I tell you.
We will see. But Ray, very confident. He obviously feels something. He feels he's in
Close
the
your
match.
thumbs. Close your hand.
But apparently that pin did not count. We're back in the setup. Send us a Maza here. But a reversal there, Ray, beautifully timed. Lovely reversal.
How is that not a foul? His hands was like this. Yeah. Don't make this man suffer.
That's
Like he had already.
Elbow down.
That's as aggressive as you'll ever see from
Elbow down only.
Mazahir there. Just a great shot of Mazahir trying to reverse that. But in doing so, he overcommitted to the one shape, and Coach Ray felt something and reversed him back. Took away the hand and wrist. Ominous sign. Because that's showing a degree of lactic acid buildup.
I'll get it when you guys open. Open.
Thumbs. Okay.
I said earlier, I had Ray picked when it changed, and I still do.
I'm going to get it.
Really?
It's there for
Since
the
those
taking.
first few matches, he's looked more confident, he's looked in more control, and you can see the confidence in himself has grown as the rounds have gone on.
Yeah, without a doubt, mate. I mean, what he was looking for was to try to make, or try to find a position where he could get to his style of arm wrestling and put some bleed into Mazahir. He needs to do that.
Elbows down.
And it's
Get the center.
Mazahir's time
Elbows
to
down.
regroup now. He really needs to change something, and he's not done. If you look, Mazahir, perhaps a little bit of experience on the big stage, and fair play to the lad. This is his first outing at this level, and he's probably got a lot of nerves, and he's sticking with what he knows. But right now, that is not working for him. So he's got to focus more on the pronator, prevent Ray from turning his wrist over. Ray again, Ray has got this dialed in again, and there's the reversal. Runner for Mazahir. He doesn't understand, but he's on the running foul, and Ray's doing just right by not finishing. He's allowing Mazahir to bleed.
So the running foul, for those that don't know,
one over here.
that stops Saidu being able to win this match. He's committed a
Did I have
foul,
it? Did I have it?
and Ray was just letting him drain his energy for
Correct.
trying.
Me?
So
Runner, second,
when-
but he got runner too.
This is the
Okay,
fourth
this
round
is-
right now.
I can't understand what the down
Fourth
ref is
round,
actually saying
he's got
there.
1. He's got 2.
How come back?
Surely,
Explain this to
Ray's
me.
being
round
told
is
that
it?
he's on a runner.
This
I
is still
don't
the fourth
understand
round.
that. From
Fifth
This is
round.
still the fourth
Yeah,
round.
What round? 5th round?
Fifth round, yeah. 3-1.
3-1.
Yeah. So how many fouls? Who has? He or me? Okay.
Interestingly, Ray is not following the score here, and I must admit, at the moment it is difficult to do so because a couple of infractions called there, and it's hard to know from the replays we've seen how. I did not see any
So, John,
infraction.
put your elbows
Yeah.
behind my hand and set them down.
We may,
I just
we
wanna
may
get
get
the strap
another
Do
look
not
at
move
it.
your elbows.
So we're back into the. So I believe this is still the fifth round or the fourth round. This is the 5th round.
Thumbs down.
It's difficult to follow there, Lawrence, to be honest, because Ray had it at 1 score. I was aligned with him. He's just been told that that is not the case, and we're still in that same round. Now, I was of the opinion there that Mazahir was called for the runner,
That's what I
That's what
thought.
he has,
You
yeah.
even saw
but it would appear
Bill
that
Collins
Ray
kind of even
has
called
been
it
given
one.
a runner, or Ray was the only man on the runner.
The shoulders are close.
I don't understand that, because it looked like the foul was on Mazahir.
Yeah.
Either way,
Okay, guy's
Liepin's
open.
seems confident,
Elbows
and he's
down.
every reason to be.
He's looking composed, which is the most important thing. With all these different decisions going on, it's maintaining your
Close
head
your
under
thumbs.
that pressure. And he seems to be in, being
No
able to
moving,
do that
gentlemen.
now.
The shoulders are here.
Absolutely hit the nail on the head, Loz.
No moving.
It's absolutely
hands.
paramount now
Go!
that he retains that focus. Mazahir has changed things up, but it's not going to make any difference because the arm is failing him. And to be honest, at this stage, Ray's just putting more and more bleeding. Mazahir knows now that he's in a very difficult
I
position.
don't wanna move around.
And Liepins,
What's the score? What's the score?
3-2. 3-2.
The score is now 3-2.
People paid a lot of money. They don't want to see 6 rounds. They want to see 12, I guess.
Mark.
Ray at Liepins, taking a little bit of his aggression out on the down ref. I must admit, I think he's got a little case there because it seemed very clear to me that Mazahir had been given a foul. Funnily enough,
The
though,
elbow come up there.
yeah, Mazahir, not intentional, he's not trying to foul, it's just purely and simply that the man is fighting for his existence in the
I
match.
guess now that arm is exhausting. He's losing that power that he once had in the early stages.
There are a few options left for him, mate, at this stage, because Mazahir, whilst he's a very good top roller and an excellent arm wrestler, the issue is that he doesn't really have a lot of options. He's got that one option that he goes to, he
15
knows
seconds,
it, he's
gentlemen.
very good at it, and he's stuck to it. And at the moment, Liepin's has managed to fish his wrist on 2 occasions, so his confidence barometer is through the roof. And Ray is in cruise control right now. He needs to keep his head,
That's how you make it good.
not be complacent, and cruise to the finish line.
3-3.
He's 3-2 down. He needs to get this in the bag, force the silver bullet, and from there he should go on to win. Open goal.
Today
Really
is
put
best
it in
of
the net.
6, but if it comes to 3-3, then we do have a decider.
Correct. Yeah. So you would expect
I need these
that
open.
Ray can go on to take the pin at this stage. We may be underrating Mazahir. Has he got one last silver bullet in the
They're
tank?
open.
If he
Just trying
has,
to get you center.
he needs to fire it now.
Center.
Liepins has the advantage in the match, if not on the
Close your thumbs.
scorecard.
Don't close your hands yet. Close your hands.
Ray cannot afford to be complacent. Must get out of that box. It's going to go to the strap.
That's what he wanted.
Ray was looking for that.
Yeah.
Let's come back,
See
gentlemen.
there,
Let's go.
that's what he was at before. And now you can see he's trying to get back to the table quickly.
Yes.
He's trying to bleed
Elbow down
Saidu.
just to get the strap on.
Interesting, Loz, because, you know,
Thumbs down.
we've seen Ray over there doing a good job teaching Larry Wheels,
moving.
trying to get him ready, and there's been a lot of conversations around match readiness, real match experience. That's something that Larry doesn't have at this stage. And what we're seeing from Ray Liepin's here is the advantage that he has over Mazahir in real match experience, and it's evident.
Yeah.
He's kept his head, even under pressure. It's been a very good performance from Ray.
Well, from watching those first few rounds where it looked like he was just going to be blown away, the transformation has been huge.
Elbow down.
And to be honest, you would expect at this stage,
Okay, you need to have keep your elbow down.
barring acts of
You need to let him put his elbow
miracle,
down. Okay.
he
I need
should
you guys. Let him.
go on to win this match. He should secure the match because
I know. Open.
he's got a more
You
complete
close again,
technical
I'm going to
range.
give you a foul, okay?
He loves the strap. He's in the strap, and he's facing a very
Close your
depleted
thumbs.
opponent at this stage of the match.
Close your hands. Go!
Big hit there. And some excitement from the back.
Yeah, he found his groove.
He's a real confidence now.
Dramatic fashion.
Super signing, right?
Where's the other strap?
What a way to start. Let's have a look at this on the replay, and that is an easy pin
7 round, yeah.
for Raymond Liepins. Textbook, all sides, drive to the pad. Liepins levels the score. 3-3. We go to the silver ball. Lawrence Charlotte. It's on.
They decide, and right now you can only see one man winning this match. It's a real transformation from the early stages of this between these two. It's like watching two different men. Now look at him, he's joking, he's relaxed.
Yes. You can see absolute evidence in front of the level of confidence that Ray has, because he knows now that he can find what he needs. He knows that he's got the tools to unlock everything that Mazahir brought to the table. He's found a way around.
15 seconds.
Now, you're someone that's arm wrestled all over the world
want to
against,
start off with the strap?
in all different rules. It must be a horrible feeling when you just feel like that power is gone from that arm.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it appears to have happened to Saidu here. You know, we saw real quick attacking arm wrestling at the start of this match. Very, very intelligent arm wrestling by Raymond.
Still doing.
And he just seems to have broken his opponent round by round.
You'll hear anyone in combat sports tell you that the worst thing, the worst place you can be, the worst experience you can have in a fight is to be tired in there. Arm wrestling is no different. If you lose the ability to contest the match, you are in trouble. It's a very, very dark place. Right now, Mazahir Saidu has nowhere else to go. And unfortunately for him, at this stage of the
Elbows down,
match,
gentlemen.
he
not close.
has not got the match experience or confidence to change up his game. It's still potentially winnable, but he needs to make fundamental changes to the setup, to the position, to the degree of
Even
pronation.
now, you can see it's the same process every single round.
Exactly.
No changes.
And it's
But the wrist is totally gone there.
and he sacrificed it there. We're going to the strap, and Liepins is in
Back
cruise
up.
control.
Who would have said I would top roll him?
Roy
Put your elbows
Ray
down behind my hand
Liepins.
just so I get the strap on.
Two things. He does not like top rolls. He loves cats.
You're pushing him off center. I'm just trying to get the strap on right now.
Rolly Ray. Another victory
Thumbs
to
down
take
only.
back home to his 3 cats in Latvia.
Those cats are going to have missed him.
I'll tell you what, he looks like he's enjoying his day at the Conrad. He's got the strap. Still needs to keep his mind on it.
Shoulder
Doesn't
back.
want to be too complacent. Maza here now's, I mean, you know, a lot of people jokingly called this Desperation Day because of the prominence of the King's move in the 2 headline athletes.
They're pushing him
if
off
I was
center. I
Maza
think you
here's
get the
coach
strap
right
on.
now, it's the 90th minute,
Okay.
send a goalkeeper in. Literally, throw
Don't
everything
move.
at him right now. It doesn't matter. Go for it. Jump on the gas, jump on
gonna
it
redo it.
hard, because orthodox arm wrestling hasn't worked for him at this stage.
No, elbows down.
Maybe
Don't
throw in
move.
the element of surprise. 100 mile an hour straight sideways
we'll see
may
that?
work.
He needs something a little bit different.
Elbow
now.
down.
Yeah. You know what? Maza here's put on a good performance. He's gone away
Close
with
your thumb.
a closely contested match,
Just
and he
your thumb.
started
Just hold the strap
really
on.
brightly. Just a little bit too much experience.
Came out like a rocket.
Yes, he did. He arm wrestled great at the start. I must admit, there's a little confusion on my part on what was happening with the scores, because there was a couple of, for me, ghost fouls in there. I didn't see any infringement, but the referees have a better view of it than I do. They did see issues. Ray had the presence of mind to keep himself collected, focus on the job in hand. He did that. He forced the draw. The silver bullet. Here we go. Almost a dream start to proceedings, Loz.
Yeah.
Really good match.
Okay.
He's still got a job to do, but he's enjoyed this one so far.
Got one foul for your shoulder. Okay. Don't move.
Mazahir is
going
really
back like
struggling
this.
to...
He's pressing me.
I'm not
No, he's not.
I don't care. I have no problem there.
Open. You bring that shoulder out one more time, I'm going to give you another foul.
One last round.
Close the thumbs. Close the hands.
You could see before that even got started, it was all over.
Yeah, you got to feel for Mazahir at that stage. Unfortunately, the lad just had given all, you know, you can do no more.
So sticky, the fucking strap ain't working.
Everything he possibly could. He had no more in the tank, but he was
Has to go in the green room.
arm wrestled tonight.
Mark has to go in the green room.
Raymond's Liepins gets the king of the table underway with an impressive. Yeah, big win for him as well. Thank you, Dubai. He says he's been out there working with Larry Wheels. We're going to see the product of that in just a moment, and I'm very excited to do so. But as we watch these replays, what that tells tonight is that Raymond's Liepins came up with a very complete game.